What's up, y'all? Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to be showing you how I started my crossbow for my Killian cosplay. So if you'd like to see how I made this monstrosity, then please keep on watching! I started off by sketching my design onto a large sheet of paper. I looked at a ton of reference images of medieval style crossbows so I could get an idea of the body shape that I wanted to create. I also made some rough sketches of potential design elements to add on to the body when I was finishing it up later. Then I cut it out to get a usable pattern. Then I pinned my pattern to my foam and traced it out. I'm using 10mm foam from SKS Props here. I cut out the shape using a sharp box cutter, and then I repeated all the previous steps 3 more times to get 4 total pieces of the body. I decided to use contact cement to glue the 4 pieces together to get the thickness that I wanted. What does this say? Turn off main gas valve. Can travel to the basement? But like, people do this inside all the time. Should I not be doing this in my apartment? Do people just not read this warning? Did they ignore it? Oh my god, I'm doing this right next to my fucking radiator. It's gonna travel right down to the basement. I feel like I see people do this inside a lot. Maybe I should just go for it? I'm sure it'll be okay, right? I mean, okay, here goes nothing. Just gonna open it. Fuck, I can't do this. It's not worth the risk. Alright, time to go outside. I went outside so I wouldn't burn my whole apartment down, and I mixed the glue up with a chopstick. I found this grouting bottle at Home Depot, and I thought it would be perfect for applying the glue since it has a brush tip, but no matter how hard I tried, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, I could not get the glue to come out of the tip of the bottle. And believe me, I tried really hard to get something to come out of this bottle. In the end, I just ended up pouring the glue from the bottle and using the brush tip to smooth it all over the surface of the foam. After the glue dried, which literally took forever, I pressed the 2 pieces together to join the bond in between them. And I repeated these steps with all the other pieces of foam until the 4 pieces were one. I used my Dremel to smooth the pieces together and get rid of any major imperfections. I also hand sanded to refine further and get rid of any bumps that the Dremel left. Now it's time for the fun part, sculpting with foam clay. This is also from SKS Props, and I started by kneading it out. I wanted to create the Bureau of Balance symbol on the butt of the crossbow, so I started by rolling up a couple snakes of foam clay and pressing them into the foam. I got my fingers wet with a little bit of water to help smooth everything out and also to help stick the clay to the surface of the regular high density foam. I added smaller snakes of clay to make the triangular portions of the Bureau of Balance design. Wherever the foam clay overlapped, I made sure to pinch it together to blend the edges and make it look like one uniform sculpt. Once all the pieces were down, I wet my fingers with water again and made sure to smooth everything together as much as possible. I saw this design on my way to work and thought it would be perfect for the top of the crossbow. I started by sketching it out since it was a more complicated design, and so I'd have something to follow when I was laying down the foam clay. Unfortunately, while I was deep into sculpting and watching Bachelor in Paradise, I completely missed the fact that my memory card got full, so I don't have very much footage of me sculpting this part. The same basic principle applies as to how I sculpted the Bureau of Balance symbol though. I just used a little bit more curvature in this design. One thing to pay attention to is that the foam clay does shrink, and so as you can see here, part of my design got warped from how much it shrank after it was cured. Once it was all cured, I sanded all the pieces with a little bit of 100 grit sandpaper to get rid of any imperfections and smooth out any seams that were still remaining. I used some quick seal and a little bit of water to smooth out any gaps that were left in the foam after sanding. I also used the quick seal to blend the edges where the foam clay and the high density foam met. I'm pretty pleased with how this is looking so far, especially since this is my first time working with foam clay. I have a lot more work to do though on this, and if you'd like to see that, maybe consider subscribing so you can stay tuned for the next one. Until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!